Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hi, welcome. If you're new here, join the fam, hit that subscribe button down below and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss another video. And I'm sorry if you're seeing smoke around the camera right now. I just took a hit of my vape and started talking without even thinking about it. Sorry. So today we obviously played with the Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette, and this is what we came up with. So yesterday I was actually sitting here and I wanted to film a look with this palette, and I was sitting here and I tried doing 9 different looks. My eye was completely raw. I kept wiping it off. Nothing I was doing I was living for. It was one of those days where I just couldn't do makeup and I was super frustrated. So last night I took to Instagram and I was searching for colorful makeup looks, and I've been seeing girls do really intricate work on their eyes and like line work and a bunch of cut creases and everything, and it just gave me so much inspiration. This look was actually inspired by Lorena Latte. I will have her Instagram in the description box down below, but she does so much line work in her shadows. It's amazing. This girl is so talented. Like I don't even know how she does it, because I did this and this was a struggle for me. Like this wasn't easy. It was definitely not easy, but I think it came out good for my first time doing something this detailed and this delicate, but I like it. I think it looks great. For the palette, obviously, I love this palette. You're gonna have to see my full review at the end of the video, but obviously I love this palette. It's amazing, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. So if you wanna see how I got this look, then just keep watching. This look was like one of the hardest looks I've ever done, and I'm really hoping I can match it up to the other eye. Wish me luck. So the first shade we're gonna dip into is this shade right here. It's called Black Beach, and I wasn't really impressed with this black. I feel like it's just not that dark, you know? So what we're gonna do is pretty much just map out where we want our line to start. I'm very nervous because I don't know if I'm gonna pull this off. It doesn't matter what you get down below that because everything gets carved out. So you can be messy down below all you want, but we're just gonna deepen this line a little bit. Now I know why people that do looks like this on Instagram only do one eye, because it's difficult. It looks relatively even to me. So then I'm gonna go in with Blackberry right here. And I'm just gonna keep that really close to the black line and just start to blend it out. Very carefully, very low, very slow. And of course my eye is gonna start watering and it's gonna ruin everything. Ugh. So right now what we're doing is pretty much just getting down the initial lines, and then we're gonna go back and perfect everything. So then I'm gonna take the shade The Deep right here. And this whole look was done using the same brush pretty much, which is this one right here. It's a Morphe M508 brush. It's really thin and it's easy to blend out color. So I just wipe it off and go on with the next shade. And then what we're gonna do is use that to blend out the tail and bring it in and connect it to that purple. Then I'm gonna take the shade Pink Lily right here and just wiping off that brush. Like I said, it's all done with the same brush. We're gonna start blending out this purple. And what I'm gonna do is at the edge of that purple shade, I'm gonna flick it up first and then tap off the excess and start to blend. Kind of makes you look like you got an angry eyebrow. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shade to blend out the blue, and then once I'm done blending that out, the same way we're blending out everything else, I'm going to go in with this shade, which is called the Reef. This is probably one of my favorite shades in the entire palette. This is like my favorite color in the whole world. But we're going to blend this shade out with this shade. So taking a little bit of Lagoon and just going around the edges of that blue. Oh my god, these colors morph into each other so beautifully. So beautifully. Then dipping into Reef, I'm going to start flicking up at the edges of Lagoon. Then I'm going to wipe off the excess and start blending out the edges. Connecting it with that pink. So then what I'm going to do, and I'm going to speed through this part, is I'm just going to take each color that I took before and just deepen it up again. So then we're going to clean up the edges, and we're going to basically cut the crease around it just to make it look really nice. I cannot breathe when I do that at all. And then what we're gonna do is take some more of Black Beach and we're gonna carve out another line. I'm starting about right there, and I'm pretty much just gonna draw a line where I would normally have a cut crease line. I'm so sorry I'm not talking that much. It's just extremely difficult to talk and focus on this at the same time. Okay, so what we're going to do with this line is take all the same colors that we used for here and start them here. So I'm going to start the blue here, and then I'm going to put pink. Again, just very carefully blending out those shades. And we're taking the blue about halfway into our crease. And then I'm going to dip back into Blackberry. It's the purple. And we're going to pull this all the way out to the tail. But once we're at the tail, we're going to keep it pretty tucked into that black. Or try to, at least. Then I'm going to go back in with the shade Reef and start blending out this blue. Like I said, we're just doing all the same things we did on the top, we're doing at the bottom. Back in with that pink, just blending out this purple and connecting it with this blue right here. So for the outer edge, I'm going to dip into the shade Coral right here. This shade is so damn pretty. And it's super soft, like it's really buttery. I feel like I'm gonna hit pan on the shade really quick. And we are just gonna put that in with the pink and blend it out just on that outer edge. And then I'm going to take the shade Yellow and blend out Coral. Then once again, I'm just going to go back in, deepen everything up, and then we will come back for the next part. All right, so once again, we are just going to clean up the edges and cut the crease one last time. So then you're just gonna fill in your entire lid space. And then I'm gonna take the shade Tahiti Green, which is this shimmery, stunning green color. When they like sneak peeked this color, I was like, right then and there, I was like, I need this palette. Just for this freaking color. And you're just gonna put it all over your lid. Making sure to really get into that line. And then pull this baby out. I hope it's picking up on camera how beautiful this shade is. Let me turn down the light and see. Is it showing up? It's shimmery. It's not like super shimmery in your face, but it's so beautiful. Then I'm going to take the shade Forest, and this is the deepest green in the palette. I love the greens that they picked for this palette. I think they just all blend so beautifully together. It's just so seamless. And we're just going to run that on the lid and out. You're going to want to create a wing with it. We're going to come back and like redefine everything. But this is just our initial setup here. I'm going to take that green on a more defined brush and map out the wing. And then just fill her on in. God, the second eye always goes by so much faster than the first eye. Why is that? So then I'm going to dip back into Black Beach on that same brush. And I'm just going to add some depth to this wing. So keeping that black right on the edge and flicking in gives it more of a smoky look. We're also going to run that on the lash line as well. Just deepening up this green, adding some dimension, you know the drill. And I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and clean up the edges of that. Just so they're nice and crisp. So I went in with the shade Vanilla right here for the brow bone highlight. But then I ended up doing something else. So just going to pop that right in there, nice and close. Probably won't even be able to see this color. I don't even know if you can see that, but I ended up going in with the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter and Grind. I almost hit myself in the eye. And Grind, it's a new one. It's pink and it's beautiful. And I just put that right in the brow bone. I felt like it was totally necessary. Glitter's always necessary. What am I talking about? Always necessary. Don't ever question glitter, okay? Okay, so speaking of glitter, I ended up putting like a little burst of stars on the inner corner, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And I just used the glitters that I got off Amazon. So I used the silver one because this is the one that has the stars in it. And then I took a little bit of these white ones with like pink reflect in them. These ones are just like circles and like hexagons and stuff. Just going in with my NYX glitter glue and an eyeliner brush. I'm just gonna try and match these up. That was a mission. So let's get this lower lash line done. I went in with my Pixi liner in black. And then I went in with, I want to say Lights Out because I'm so used to the XL Pro, but Black Beach. And I just started to smudge out that black. I'm not taking it all the way in. And then I went in with the shade Forest and smudged that with the black as well. And I've been really into extending my lower lash line right here, so I'm just going to take my e.l.f. H2O liner and just draw a line. Like so, easy peasy. So to blend out that green, I went in with the shade Key Lime, and this shade is so amazing. It reminds me of Ecstasy from the XL Pro, but this one is more yellow, whereas Ecstasy is more green. And I just use that to blend out these edges. And I also brought it up to the edge of this line. Just blend her on out. Okay, the last step before lashes. I went in with my NYX Vivid Brights liner in Vivid Petal, and I just filled in that empty space with that line. I low-key wish I hadn't because these crack so much. I mean, this thing cracked almost instantly on my other eye. Like, they're not the best. But I'm going to let that dry and just touch up this line right here. I'm going to add some lashes. And we're going to come back and do the face. I don't think I'm going to talk through it or anything. I think I'm just going to speed up the face because there's really nothing new. So yeah, we will be right back.
Jack it up.
When I was doing my makeup, I was watching Bailey Sarian, and that was why my face was like that, because what she was talking about was disgusting. All right, so let's do lips. I'm going to go in with Morphe's Ginger. It's kind of like a, what would you call this? It's like a medium pink shade. I don't know if it's going to go with the lip that I'm deciding, but we're just going to roll with it. And then I'm going to use Maybelline's Founder. I bought these a long time ago, and I don't think I ever actually gave them like an actual wear test. I wore them one night, but it wasn't like a real test, you know? I swear, I have no control when it comes to lining my lips. Like, I just overline unwillingly, like it just happens. So I want a little brightness in the center, so I'm actually going to take Kylie Cosmetics Party Girl, and I'm just going to pop that right in the center. Okay, I'm going to go do something with my hair, and then we will talk about this final look. So I'm not 100% sure what I just did with my hair, but this is just what we're working with right now. Okay, so anyways, this is the final look. What do you guys think? Let's get a little bit of a close-up. So I ended up taking a pair of Ardell wispy lashes and just chopping them up and putting them on my lower lash line. I felt that with how dramatic the top lashes were and the makeup look is, it just made sense to have a dramatic bottom lash line, and since I have no bottom lashes, then this is what we're working with. So let's talk about this look. What do you guys think? I am so pleased with this. I think it came out so pretty. I love this. I would have never thought to do this out of the blue. I actually had to pull inspiration, but yeah. So let's talk about the palette. I love it. I think it's amazing. It's beautiful. I mean, you get so much. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. That's how much I love this palette. You get your greens and then your oranges and your reds and your pinks, blues, and purples. This palette is my new baby. I love this. I love Carnival XL, but I think I'm going to start reaching for this one more. I actually want to do a video of doing the Carnival palette on one eye and then trying to match shades and do the same look with this palette and see if you guys can tell a difference. But all in all, I think it's great. The colors are beautiful. They're bright. They're very pigmented. They blend out super easy. They're really soft and buttery, especially Coral. That shade is so buttery. I was saying when I was doing my makeup that I feel like I'm going to hit pan on the shade first just because it is so soft. It's almost so soft that it's crumbly, if that makes any sense. But I can't wait to do more looks with this palette. I'm really itching for these purples. This shade right here, Starlight, like I need to use that ASAP. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. But do I think you guys need this palette? Absolutely, 100% yes. I absolutely do think you need this palette. So I don't know when it's going to be restocked. If it is going to be restocked, I don't know. But if it does come back into stock, I really highly recommend buying that palette. I think I would choose this palette over the Carnival XL palette, if I'm being honest. I feel like in the Carnival XL, I love that palette. Don't get me wrong. That is like my number one baby. But I feel like there's a lot of neutral tones in there, like just a little bit too much of neutral tones. But this one is just all pops of color. I mean, you do have neutral tones in here too, but you don't have that much. So if you're into color, this palette is like, it's amazing. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful palette just on the outside, like just to display and have sitting on your desk or something would look amazing. That is all I have for you guys today, and that is my thoughts on the palette. So let me know what you guys think about this look. I love it. I think it came out amazing. And yeah, I will stop talking now. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on all my social links. Those will be in the description box down below. And I have nothing else to say except I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!